Happy Sunday night, everybody. Welcome to Beast Mode Accountability. We got a special bedtime edition, man. We got a special Sunday night bedtime edition. I am legitimately resting up in bed. Why? Because, guys, we got a big week ahead of us, right? We all got a big week ahead of us. So many people, man, so many people dread Monday. They dread Monday. And here's the thing. Here's one thing that I've learned is that if you want to set yourself off to a positive start, to a positive week, to have some damn results, right? You need to put yourself in a position going into that week. You need to put yourself in position going into whatever it is, man, right? With a positive mindset, with a positive and healthy just overall sense of being. And for me, man, when it comes to Sunday night, that means, hey, man, I got a 4 a.m. wake up tomorrow. You know, got to bust ass in the morning, bright and early. So that means resting up, getting your head right, getting everything ready to roll. Because here's the thing, guys. If you go into the week with a negative mindset, if you go into the week with a negative attitude, if you're going to bed on Sunday night absolutely dreading the morning, and then you wake up in the morning, what do you think your outlook for that day is going to be? What do you think your outlook for that week is going to be, right? It's going to be negative. You're going to be dragging out of bed, late, rushing to work, rushing whatever dessert you got to be, right? Just absolutely dreading it. But here's the thing, man. If you go into that with a positive, well-rested, happy mindset, man, it's going to be a lot better for you. You know, you're going to be waking up Monday morning ready to roll. You're going to have that pep in your step. You're going to have that sense of dominating the day, right? And if you want to dominate the day, guys, you got to go into it with positivity. And for me, going into a fresh week, that positivity means resting up, being happy, spending Sunday night after I put everything else to rest that I had to put to rest, right? Spending the night just kind of getting into that like inner zen, that peaceful mindset, that happy mindset. What's up, JC? Good to see you, brother. That happy mindset of just a positive outlook for the week ahead, right? So that's my tip for you guys. That's what works for me. That's how I operate. That's how I roll. JC, man, I got a special Sunday night bedtime edition of Beast Mode Accountability, talking about getting your mind right for the week ahead. Because that's what you got to do, guys. That's what you got to do. You want to have a positive week. You want to have positive results. You got to treat yourself right. You got to treat your mind right. And you got to put yourself in a position where you can actually get out there and kick some ass, man. Andrew, good to see you. JC, good to see you. Yeah, man. Absolutely, baby. Absolutely. Yeah, I might do a I might have to do some of these. I kind of like, it's a comfortable. This is a, what's going on, brother? This is a comfortable live. This is probably the most comfortable live streaming broadcast that I have done yet. I have never live streamed from bed, and it's not bad, man. And it's not bad. It's not bad at all. And it matches the mentality, the mantra that I want to put out to everybody here on Sunday night, is going into Monday refreshed, that Zen mindset, that just positive outlook, guys. You know, that positive outlook. I can't wait. I'm sitting here, right? I got appreciate it, brother. I got a pad of paper that I keep with me, right? And Sunday night, guys, for the week ahead, right? I'm writing down my goals. I'm writing down what I'm going to be doing in the morning. I'm writing down what I'm going to be doing next week. I'm writing down what my goals are. What's up, Steph? Good to see you. I'm writing down what my goals are for, you know, the month, the year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, my life goals, right? That's what I'm looking forward to on a Sunday night. That's how I'm entering my week, ready to kick some ass. Ready to kick some ass. Not dreading it, not dragging ass, not dragging feet. What's up, Tiffany? What's up, everybody? Susan, good to see you. JC, appreciate you inviting your people in here, man, guys. I'll give a quick refresh to my topic and the mantra that I'm trying to put out tonight, guys. As you can see, I'm live streaming from bed, baby, which I've never freaking done. The reason I'm doing it, again, is setting your mind right for the week ahead, guys. You got to set your mind right for the week ahead. The other thing, drink some damn water, right? I got the water ready to roll, got my goals set, got my mind right, and I am going to be refreshed so that when 4 a.m. comes along in the morning, I'm going to be ready to pop out of bed, hit the ground running, kick ass, take names, and just freaking steamroll through the week, guys, right? If you're in sales, if you're in automotive, I'm in automotive right now. Obviously, I'm in sales, right? If you're in sales, if you're in automotive, right? The other thing, guys, is that, hey, man, it's the end of the month, right? We got 2 days left. We got Monday, we got Tuesday. Tuesday's the 31st, last day of the month. you have to be putting yourself in position to dominate. You got to put yourself in a position, steamroll, exactly, man. You got to put yourself in position to be performing at your most optimal levels, right, guys? I will relate this to back in the day in college when I used to ball out of my mind, right? Playing basketball. I got a big game coming up. Courtney Lee, good to see you. You know, I got a big basketball game coming up, right? Man, I would do everything that I had to do. I appreciate it, JC, brother. I appreciate it, man. I would do everything that I had to do to make sure that I was entering into every single game completely rested, completely ready to roll. Mind right, body right, soul right, hydrated, healthy, and just outright positive, ready to freaking roll. That's the way that you got to do it, guys. That's what's up, Paul? Good to see you. Courtney, good to see you. That's the way you guys got to do it, right? You got to treat whether it's your professional life, whether it's your personal life, whatever it is, you got to treat each and every single day like it is game day, right? You got to treat each and every single day like it's the freaking Super Bowl. And if you're going to do that, you got to control this mindset up here. JC, man, I do appreciate it, brother. Yeah, guys, me and JC, man, Periscope, like, practically day one, not quite day one, but practically day one on Periscope, man. Me and JC go way back. I was there with JC in his early days. He was there for me in my early days, and we were just absolutely freaking dominating Periscope in the early days, man. Absolutely dominating Periscope in the early days, man. But yeah, guys, again, you got to treat each and every single day like it's game day. It is Super Bowl. Tomorrow's Super Bowl Monday. Tuesday is Super Bowl Tuesday. Wednesday is Super Bowl Wednesday, etc., etc., etc. But again, you want to get yourself in that position, guys. You got to be controlling your thoughts up here. And for everybody that's coming in here because of Mr. JC Limitless, guys, it's all about that mindset. You know what JC preaches. I shouldn't have to tell you guys that, right? About that limitless mindset. Shawn, Flynn, that's right, guys. Appreciate it. About that limitless mindset, guys. And the only, as JC says, the only limitations that we have are those that we impose upon ourselves, right? So take control. Take control of the vibes that you're owning, right? Take control of the thoughts that you're pushing through your mind up here. Limitless all day, every freaking day, guys, right? Take control, guys. There is so much negativity going on right now. All you got to do is scroll through your social media timeline, turn on the TV for like 10 seconds, and it will take you less than that. You'll see, within 2 seconds, you're going to see something negative. You're going to see something draining and daunting, guys. And guess what? Man, that's an all-time high right now. But that's the way that it always is anyway. Even without all the political nonsense going on, right? Even without that divide in the country right now, it's just negativity, Facebook, social media, news, media, whatever. Guys, it's negativity 24/7, regardless of what's going on politically right now. I appreciate it, JC, man. I do appreciate it, brother. Regardless of what's going on right now, it's just negativity 24/7. So that's why you guys, you individual people out there, got to take it upon yourself to break free of that, to tune it out, to get, the only time you want to get tunnel vision, right? You normally business, beast mode, baby, business, sales, athletic, performance, whatever it is. Normally a lot of times the tunnel vision is not good. The one time a tunnel vision is good is when you're tuning out all the noise, is when you're tuning out all that negative bullshit, guys, and focusing in on what you got to do, focusing in on what you control up here in your mind, setting yourself up for success. So again, guys, I'm gonna recap kind of what this is all about. Anybody that is new to me here on Facebook, thanks to my man JC inviting and everybody else sharing and inviting this out, right? Guys, I've been doing live broadcasts. I've been live broadcasting for, I don't know, JC, probably 2 years now. Shawn Feeney, good to see you, man. We got the whole damn family coming in. Guys, that's my brother, man. Shawn Feeney in the room right there, guys. He is a perfect person to be tuning in right now because Shawn has a big day tomorrow. He has a meeting tomorrow with somebody. Shawn's trying to land a big contract in the construction world, and if he gets that contract tomorrow, it is going to set himself up for massive success and really lay the foundation. So Shawn, perfect time for you to be tuning in, brother, and catching this message because, again, the message here tonight is about setting your mindset right every single Sunday night. And, guys, honestly, every day. But it's Sunday Obviously, we got a fresh week, so I'm talking Sunday night, right? Setting the positive mindset right on Sunday night. I'm doing this from bed. Why? Because I am getting my mind right. I'm getting my mind positive before I go to sleep tonight so that when my alarm goes off at 4 a.m. tomorrow, man, the last thoughts going through my brain were positive ones. What am I waking up with? Positivity. What am I doing in the morning? Kicking ass. I woke up in beast mode. Yeah, man, you got it, Shawn. You got it. JC, man, I saw you ask about some sales tips. I'll drop some sales tips here in a minute. But Courtney just dropped a quote that made me laugh. I woke up in beast mode, right? I got one of my sales reps on my team right now. Guys, I'm going beast mode all day, every day, right? Obviously, I'm doing this beast mode accountability broadcast here tonight, guys, and I've been doing beast mode accountability. It's a new broadcast I've started here on Facebook. Typically, I do them first thing in the morning. But I've been doing this beast mode accountability. I push beast mode all day, every day, and one of my sales reps, God lover, not really into the hip mode scene at all, hip hop scene rather at all. But she pulled me aside, I think on Friday, and she was like, hey man, I heard a song on the radio and they were talking about beast mode and I thought about you. I'm like, yeah, I know what you mean. Waking up in beast mode. So yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate that, Courtney. JC, sales tip. So sales tip number one, guys. This is Stephen Carter. I think I just saw you drop a like in here. Good to see you, brother. We need to set up a weekend for all of us originals to get on live streams together. Absolutely. But to drop some quick sales tips for you guys, let's keep it very basic at first, guys, all right? Sales tip number one, if you are rookie, if you are new into sales, the first thing you got to have going through your mind is that don't think of it as you are selling, strictly to get rid of a product and receive money, right? You are there to provide value and solutions and to solve problems. You want to make $1 million bucks, help 1 million people. If you focus each and every customer interaction with an ethical, truly like heartfelt, caring stance of just like, look, I am here to find out exactly what I can do to solve your problems. I am here to be the one to guide you in the right direction so that, we can take care of everything going on, right? Do it, approach sales from a mindset of just give. Not take. Too many amateur salespeople are so focused on the take, trying to get the pockets lined that ethical, helping, providing value, and expecting nothing in return mindset kind of goes out the door. Give the client what they want and what they need, and give it to them how they want and how they need, right? It's not about you. You want to get paid. If you want to make money as a salesperson, stop thinking about yourself. Stop. It is a game of chess, but don't play it like a game of chess as in, you're moving the pawn so that you can get the money. No, man. Play the game of chess so that you're moving the pieces around so that you can get to the end result, which is truly solving your customer, your prospect's problem. Because if you can actually get that done, the money will come naturally, right? Let's drop another sales tip here. Sales tip number 2, guys, right? Overcoming objections. First things first, what do we do? What do we do when a prospect gives us an objection? First thing we got to do is acknowledge with it, agree with their stance, right? One of the oldest sayings in the book when it comes to retail, customer service, sales, all of that is that the customer is always right. Well, here's the thing, guys. And I say this from somebody that, again, is super, customer oriented and doing everything right by the customer, right? Well, at the end of the day, guys, the customer is not always right. But that doesn't mean you don't agree with their mindset, with their stance, and where they're coming from, okay? Customers are wrong all the freaking time, right? They're wrong all the time. But it's not a battle. It's not a fight. It's not a I'm right, you're wrong situation. If you take any engagement, sales or otherwise, with a I'm right, you're wrong mindset, you're going to lose every time because of the conflict, right? You don't want to be in conflict because two conflicting sides very rarely end up with a positive outcome, right? So it's acknowledging and it's agreeing, right? Somebody gives you an objection about your product that you think is bogus and you don't agree with, you don't jump down the throats like, no. And then jump right into like, look, see, here's all the proof against that. No, agree and acknowledge from where they're coming from, because while what they are saying may not be true, acknowledging and letting them know that you get where they're coming from is going to set you up to then overcome that objection from a peaceful standpoint, from a peaceful standpoint rather, as opposed to one of conflict, right? And then the other thing, guys, is again to treat objections like complaints. Treat objections like complaints, because oftentimes objections are strictly stalls. They are not actual items that will stop somebody from making a purchase. Too many salespeople take objections at face value, and when they hear those objections, instead, they acknowledge them and they make them an actual thing, when the reality is they're really just a complaint, right? You guys you'll hear Grant Cardone talk about this all the freaking time, right? You step outside, it's like somebody saying it's cold outside, right? It's like somebody saying it's cold outside. Man, that's a complaint. Your product costs too much money. That's not an objection. That's a complaint. Acknowledge it. Yeah, you're right. It is a lot of money. But you know why? It's a lot of money because of XYZ, right? Acknowledge it, agree with it, move on. Only actually try to overcome that objection if it validates itself further along down the line. Craig Myers says, I just messaged a business and wait to hear how professional they actually are. Had a bad experience from them, and now can't wait to see how they care about the customers. Yeah, that is a good thing to do. Craig, that's a good thing to do. JC, is it really relevant, or is it a time waster? Most of the time, it is a time waster. But again, you do have to, while I say treat those objections like complaints, you do still have to acknowledge them. You still have to make them know that you hear them, right? But quickly get around them, right? Don't dwell on it, because here is the difference between treating an objection like a complaint versus treating an objection like an objection, okay? You treat an objection like a complaint, guys, let's again go with price. That's too much money, okay? From a complaint standpoint, man, that's just a lot of money, right? Let's get materialistic and talk about like an Xbox One, right? I've got an Xbox One. I bought the Xbox One, I don't know, 3 years ago, maybe. I forget how long ago it was now. I haven't touched the damn thing except for like Netflix or something in 2 years probably, right? But I remember, man, when that Xbox One came out, I wanted that Xbox One. I knew I was going to buy it. I had my eyes set on it. I thought about it for days, weeks probably, right? And when I get to the store and I see the Xbox One and I see it, at the time it was like $399, I'm like, damn, that's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. But guess what? 10 seconds later, I'm buying the damn Xbox. Just because it's a lot of money, man, this is what it costs, right? But yeah, it's a lot of money. But, right, say there was an actual, you did, JC, man, once you get me started, this wasn't supposed to be a sales scope. This was supposed to be a Sunday night, get your mind peaceful scope, or Facebook Live, rather. But now you got me rolling out sales. We'll go on sales, right? Now, take the example of the Xbox One, right? There wasn't an actual salesperson there. There was no real sales interaction going on there. That was just me in my mind. But I had that objection in my mind of, hey, this Xbox One is too much damn money, right? 10 seconds later, I'm buying it, okay? But say there was an actual salesperson there in front of me who heard me say, damn, that's a lot of money, right? Now, I went and spent $400 on that. Like that. I mean, like that. 10 seconds later, $400. It's out of my bank account. It's gone. I got the Xbox One, right? But if there was an actual salesperson standing there and I'm sitting there going, damn, that's a lot of money. All right, there were packages for the Xbox One that were cheaper than what I bought, right? See, if he heard me say that's a lot of money, and I promise you, most likely, I say 80% of salespeople, especially in a Best Buy retail type of setting, would have gone this route, okay? I'm saying it's a lot of money. They're going to quickly say, oh, yeah, you know what, $400, okay, I get it. Let me show you this one down here that's $300. Let me show you this one down here that's $299. You know, it's not as flashy, it's not as fancy, it doesn't have as much memory, whatever, but, you know, that one will save you $100. I appreciate it, Susan. You don't gotta hang around. Nobody's gotta hang around all night with me, man. I appreciate you tuning in, and you go take care of what you gotta take care of, right? Bottom line, salesperson there would have talked me into buying a cheaper version of that Xbox One if they were standing there. I promise you that. If somebody was there to hear that objection, they would have sold me a cheaper one, right? As opposed to treating it like a complaint. Salesperson there on the flip side says, you know what, you're right, it is a lot of money, but here's the thing, it's worth it, and let me tell you why. Let me show you why, better yet. Look at the difference between the two, right? Yes, you could spend a little bit cheaper and go that $299 route, but let me tell you what, you're going to regret it. You're going to come back here in a week, and you're going to swap them out anyway and pay me an extra $100. I take it from me, Spend the extra $100 now. It'll be worth it. You'll be happy. You got my guarantee, right? That's how a good salesperson would handle that situation. But I promise you, most would instantly be overwhelmed with the fear of losing the sale that they would go down a notch. They would kick me down a model, right? You should show them the one higher than the one mentioned, the price being too. Yeah, I love that as well. I love that as well. If there's a higher one there, and guess what? I'm the type of buyer, I would have spent more money on that. Yeah, a true professional, if they heard that objection, as opposed to kicking me down a level, or even trying to sell me on that one that's 400, if they had one for 500, show me that one. I am 100% on board with going up a level, because you further instill, even if your plan is to get them to buy that $400 one because you think it's the right one for them to choose, you show them one of higher value when that price objection comes out. Imagine, and that takes balls. That takes balls, but that's what a true professional will do. It takes balls when a prospect gives you a price objection and you actually kick them up a level. You kick them up a package. You kick them up a product line, right? And say, you know what? Yeah, that is a lot of money. But you know what? Let me have you look, because oftentimes, guys, JC, you did get me on a roll, man. Oftentimes, guys, that price objection, it doesn't mean it's too much money. Sometimes it means it's too much money for that. Maybe me. Let's step away from the Xbox One. Let's talk automotive. Let's talk cars, maybe, because I'm in the automotive world right now, building a big old internet sales team for a massive dealership up my way, right? So let's talk cars, okay? For this perfect example, and thank you, Renita, for bringing that up. All right, so somebody comes in and they go on a test drive for, I don't know, let's say like a Buick Encore, okay, right? And you got them on a certain trim level, you got them on a certain package, you go out and you take them for a test drive, come back, you talk numbers, and they're hitting you with a price stall. They're hitting with your price stall. That's a lot of money. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Here's the thing. It's a lot of money because you didn't wow them. It's a lot of money because either the Encore or the package of the trim level of that Encore that you were taking them out on a test drive with did not wow them. It didn't solve all their problems. It didn't check off all their boxes. So, it may not be that it's too much money. It's too much money for that. It's too much money for that because that is not solving my problems. But here's the thing. Customers and prospects, they're not going to come out and tell you that, because half the time they don't even know that's really what's going on in their mind. It's your job as a salesperson to steer that ship for them and to understand not only what's going on in your mind, but what's going on in their mind, right? So it takes courage after going on that test drive and you hit them back and you got them on a sale price of like, I don't know, $32,000, right? You got them on a sale price of $32,000. They're telling you it's too much money. It takes a lot of balls to say, you know what? Follow me. Come this way. Let me show you another model. It's a little bit more money, but just trust me and let me show you what we've got here, right? You show them that model that wows them. You show them that model that you can't add me as a friend. Sure you can. You show them that model that's maybe $4,000, maybe $5,000 more expensive than the $32,000 you were just showing them, right? But that test drive goes completely different because all of a sudden something clicks. All of a sudden they've fallen in love, right? The spark is there, the chemistry is flowing, they're feeling the engine, like everything is clicking. Maybe this one's got an extra tech now. I might be loaded up. I might hit the 5,000 mark. I don't know. I don't think I'm at 5,000. I think I'm at like 50 shy of 5,000. But yeah. They fall in love with that extra model, and all of a sudden now you start going back and you start talking numbers, and there's like that price objection is out the window. Why? Because you found out what the true objection was. It wasn't that it was too much money. It was that they didn't want to part with that lump sum of money. They didn't want to part with that much money for such a massive purchase that didn't check off all their boxes. It didn't deliver what they needed. So perfect example. JC says $350 a month and $425 a month are both out of budget. Great. Might as well get the one you want. Exactly. And another great line, guys. And these sales lines, this arsenal of closes that you can develop is just endless. The other great thing, guys, is that understand if you're in a car dealership or whatever sales position you have, anybody that's telling you they're over budget, they were over budget when they got to you, right? They were already over budget. If you're working in a car dealership and people coming in looking at cars with you, guess what? They're over budget as soon as they walk in the damn door, because that's the way 90% of America is. 90% of America is over budget, period. Everybody is over budget. That's just the way that it goes. How do people get to be over budget in the first place? By overspending. All right. So if you got somebody that's telling you they're over budget, that's a perfect sign to you that you're dealing with somebody that's not afraid to spend money. Difference between you and maybe somebody else, if you can't close the sale, it's that they're going over budget with other people or that are better at getting them to get ink on paper than you. Because if they're over budget, they've overspent, right? That means they're buying from everybody but you. Exactly. Yeah, I appreciate it, Stephanie. I appreciate it. Oh, man, JC, look what you did to me tonight. I was supposed to be getting all mellow. I was supposed to be popping on here to, like, do a nice, calm, mellow broadcast. But now JC's got me all fired up, man. You got me all fired up. But I appreciate it, JC. Why? Because this is still that energy, guys. So I'm going to kick it back now to what the original topic of this broadcast was tonight, guys, which is that it's Sunday night. We got a big week ahead of us. Every week is ahead of us. Every day is a big week. You're in sales like me, right? Monday, Tuesday, guys, we got the last 2 days of the month. So you're trying to push, you're trying to make records, break records, whatever it is that you're trying to do, right? You got to get your mind right. You got to be going to bed with positivity. So, hey, man, what better way to be amped up, to be going to bed, like feeling that the vibe, to coming on here and getting all fired up, talking about closing deals, right? Law of attraction, right? Putting positive things out. You want to sell some damn deals this week? Man, pump yourself up Sunday night. Pump yourself up every night so that when you are waking up in the morning, you are waking up fresh, rejuvenated, hungry, ready to roll, guys, ready to roll. Not only are they afraid to spend money, but you can also help them with creative financing to help make their payments more manageable. Absolutely, guys. And you know, and oftentimes, you know, as a salesperson, you have to do that in the moment, in the sale, in the close, right? In the moment, in the sale, in the close. You have to take on more of it's not just, you're not just there as a salesperson. You become like a financial advisor, right? If somebody's giving you budget problems and you can't crack it, like, you know, you try kicking them up a model, you tried bringing it back down, you tried doing all these different closes, all the different sales, and you're still getting hit with that budget issue, man. Sometimes you legitimately have to sit down there and break down their budget with them. Let's see what we can do here because, man, I know this is the right thing for you to do. I know personally, you know, after spending this time with you, talking to you, like, I know whether it's automotive or whatever it is that you're selling, right? I feel terrible if you didn't make this purchase with me today because I know you'd still have that monkey on your back. I know you still have that pain point in your life. I would feel terrible. So let's find a way to make this work. Let's find a way to make your money work. Trust me, I'm great with numbers. I'm one hell of a planner. Let's sit down. Show me what you're working with. I promise you we'll find a way to tweak your numbers so that we can fit this in and make it work for you. Come on, guys. Let's hear it, man. Let's hear it. Close. JC wants to hear people close in 5 words. Let's hear what you got. Let's hear what you got. Pretty straightforward. I agree. Sign right here. There you go. There you go. Those are oftentimes, guys, the 5 most powerful words right there. I agree. Sign right here. And guys, you can use that for everything. That is the most basic, simple, quick, efficient close out there, but it works, guys. And try that when somebody tells you it's too much money. Try it. Hey, man, that's too much money. I agree. Sign right here. Go in for it. You'd be surprised how many times that works. But most people are too scared to put that out because it's like, I can't go in for the close. He just told me it's too much money. Dude, you'd be surprised how many people just need that tiny little push to get it done. Have you made a decision? Have you made a decision? I will use that one for sure. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, guys. And here's something else, guys, when it comes to sales, right? Yes, that is a quick, efficient, lethal close. Is it going to work every time? No. You got to build an arsenal. You got to build an absolutely massive, endless library of closes. You can take that one close right there and you can spin it many different ways so that you can have, you know, so many different ways of saying it, but come up with creative closes. One thing that I have any salesperson that's ever worked for me in any avenue, arena, whatever that I've worked in, right? Any field that I've worked in. One thing that I have salespeople do for me is log the objections that they get, right? And I promise you guys, you can ask anybody on my team or right now, ask them, but one of the first things I gave them was, right? It is a empty notebook, right? Is just a basic college rule notebook, okay? Just notepad, note paper, and a pen. And it's an objection notebook. And I tell them, log every single objection that you get and keep track, right? Log the objection, And then after whether it's a phone call, whether it's an appointment, whatever it may be, right? However it is that you are engaging with your prospects, engaging with your customers, take note of each and every single objection that you get. And more importantly, write down what you said to try to overcome that objection and whether or not it worked or not, right? Keep this log going, because what will happen is the easiest way to shift results for me, guys, I am incredibly data driven, and objections are data. It's just a matter of taking that data and taking note of that data so you can analyze it over time, right? Make note of the objections that you get. Make note of what you say to close them, to overcome them, right? And whether or not it worked, what they said, what you said, etc. Debrief yourself after every sales encounter, call, whatever that you have, okay? Because what will happen is over time, if you truly commit to doing this, and I mean actually do it, it's easy to say you're going to do it, and most people end up fizzling out and don't actually do it. They fall flat. They slack off with it, right? But when you actually do this, what happens is over time, you can start analyzing the objections. You start making note of the frequency of this objection that you're getting, right? We're all used to the big ones, right? Price, not enough time, now's not the right time, I got to think about it, I got to check with my wife, I got to check with my business planner, I got to check with the vice president, whatever, like, right? We all know the basic objections that you're going to get, and we can all kind of get ourselves prepared for those. But it's the more intricate objections that you get, right? Depending on what industry it is that you're in, depending on what it is that you're trying to sell, whatever your product may be, each product, each industry has its unique unique objections that you're going to get that are hard to plan for ahead of time. You have to document, you have to note, and you have to get creative, right? Because what'll happen, salespeople that won't take the time to document the objections and what they say, and so they can analyze the data and whatnot, what'll happen is a month will go by, sales will be in the tank, and they're going to be aimlessly blaming their customers, the economy, the market, politics, the president, Trump, Obama, whoever, right? They're going to be busy blaming everybody else except for themselves for the reason as to why they're not getting deals closed, right? Because they're not taking the time to see the numbers and to see the data. When you start looking at data, you can start shifting results. Just go for the hard stuff too. Tell them, let's be real, what's really stopping you from signing with me today? Exactly. Taking note of things like that, having the balls, having the courage to say those things, and then write down what the results are, guys. Because what'll happen, aside from the fact you're going to start noticing which objections are coming up more frequently, right? You're also going to start noticing which ones of your closes are more effective and more efficient and work better. And then guess what? Maybe, just maybe, you'll find a close that actually works pretty damn well, but you just never really noticed it. It just never clicked. But when you have it on writing, when you have it in hard, tangible data, and you see that firsthand, like, holy shit, that close actually worked like 60% of the time. Guess what? I'm bumping that one up. This close that I use almost every single sales presentation that I have, it's only closing 20% of the time. Why am I using this? Let's bump that down. Guys, this is no different than like split testing, okay? Anybody in here that does any sort of like digital marketing with like email marketing, right? And I do that too, but guys, because I'm doing right now with Automotive World, building a internet sales team and platform for the BDC world. Anybody that knows BDC world, it's a very unique and fun and ever expanding part of the automotive world, right? So, when it comes to doing things like split testing, subject lines on emails, right? Or just or email templates in general, right? Marketers and advertisers and anybody that sells online spend all this time split testing everything. I mean, they split test landing page outlets. I mean, they everything gets split tested, right? Split test your damn closes. You have to do this type of stuff, right? These things that work in the digital world, they work just as well for you on the sales floor. Absolutely, JC, man. And you know what, JC, I got to give you a credit again because I was not planning on diving into a sales scope. I keep calling these scopes, guys. That's a Periscope in me. Facebook Live. I wasn't planning on going into sales as Facebook Live. I was actually planning on having about a 3 to 4 minute quick little get your mind right, peaceful broadcast tonight to kind of set off for the week ahead. JC had to get me rolling. JC had to go and invite his whole crew in here, which I always welcome, guys, because trust me, guys, I always want to be in front of as many people as possible. I am the guy, guys. One of the hardest parts for me for live streaming, live broadcasting, going way back to Periscope. I know, 32 minutes later, right? I'm gonna have to rename this one because people, or maybe I won't, man, because it's such a unique broadcast where I drop these sales nuggets for everybody. I was thinking about going back and renaming this as Sales Scope, but now, man, let's leave it as it is and leave it for the people that popped in here. But one of the hardest parts for me, guys, when I first started live streaming, way back in Periscope, almost 2 years ago on the dot, I think it was May 2 years ago that I kicked it off on Periscope, was when there was nobody in the room, right? When there was nobody in the room, people oftentimes fear popping on Facebook Live, fear popping on Periscope or whatever platform it is that you may want to be on, because they're afraid of what people will think. They're afraid of what people will say and how they'll view them and whatever, right? So, like, sometimes I think some people would rather have as few people as possible around, right? Just like public speaking, right? Some people, man, the bigger the crowd, the more stressful it is. The less the crowd, the easier it is, right? I'm the exact opposite, and I know guys like JC are the exact opposite, where I want as many people as possible. It was very difficult for me in the early days to go live, to have 0 people in the room and still go, and to have that 1 or 2 people kind of come in and out of the room and still go and still broadcast. Like, that was the uncomfortable part for me. I remember starting a Periscope and having 4 people when it was over 180 to 200 exactly. How is it working with Fabio? My respect for him. I recently found out about him and researched him. Seems like a great dude. Yeah, Fabio's a hell of a dude, man. Fabio's a hell of a dude. I work for Fabio, doing a lot of more of the entrepreneurial stuff. We've got a couple projects in the works that we've actually been working on for about 2 years now as well. So Fabio is a very down-to-earth dude. Anybody that knows Fabio Viviani, he's got best known for being a celebrity chef on reality cooking shows and things like that, but he's absolutely mastermind in the business world. So nothing but love, nothing but respect. He's the guy that the way you see him on TV is exactly how he is in real life. It is incredibly hard with small crowds, JC. It is incredibly hard with small crowds. The only reason I come on here to do live streaming, the only reason I got into Periscope, the only reason I got into building a personal brand was to get in front of as many people as possible, right? I'm the guy that, if you gave me the opportunity right now to go to Madison Square Garden, I think it's still called that down in New York, right? Madison Square Garden, unless they named it. I feel like they may have renamed it. But you put me in front of like a massive stadium, right? Man, I want that place jam-packed. I am the type of guy right now, never speaking in front of a crowd that massive. I would much prefer to be speaking in front of 100,000 people than to be speaking in front of 2 people. Because believe it or not, it's more awkward for me to speak in front of 2 people than it is for me to speak in front of a massive crowd. 6 people on stage, super uncomfortable. 100,000 people, and I'm at home. Exactly. No, it's true, man. It's true, and it's funny too, because growing up, man, I was kind of a shy kid. I was kind of introverted, but you see that a lot. You see that a lot. With people that end up becoming, great speakers, is that a lot of times, they did grow up introverted. And I think a lot of it, I don't know if this rings true for you as well, GC, kind of like it does for me, is that it's just so powerful finding your voice. What's up, Josh Briggs? Good to see you, brother. It's so powerful finding your voice that, like, that power just sparks this momentum within yourself where it's like, holy shit, man, the power that I feel by finding my voice, like, I want to share that with as many people as possible, and it just spreads like a wildfire. And it's something that becomes addicting. It becomes addicting. I'm somebody, I'll tell you, when it comes to live streaming and speaking, I will come on here and do, we're going on like a 40 minutes broadcast right now, right? I'll come on here and do a 40-minute broadcast like this, and like the adrenaline that I feel from it, it's like, shit, I want to go more. It won't be abnormal for me. You may even see me pop on Periscope after this, because it's like, once those juices get flowing, you just get addicted to it. You just get hooked on it. Shawn Feeney, you're still in here, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, keep growing, man. Keep growing. I was shy, homeschooling until high school, introvert. That's the biggest thing I need to work on. And I'll touch on this too, guys, because you know what else I want to do? I popped a post on Facebook tonight. Yeah, man, but you know what, JC? That's the beauty to live streaming, is that you just kind of take it where it goes. You just take it where it goes. And honestly, this type of broadcast has been missing from me for a while. My beast mode accountability, I've had a little bit of a shift to what I've been touching on. Haven't been touching on the sales as much lately because I've been more of the philosophical side of Shawn Flynn has been coming out a little bit more as opposed to the sales. No problem diving into the sales when I need to, though. But yeah, like broadcasts like this where it just goes from one outlet to the next, to the next, to the next. Honestly, to me, this is what live streaming is all about. But something else, speaking of being introverted, right? Something that I'm very serious about diving into is performing social experiments, right, out in public and filming them, getting them so I can film them, pop them on YouTube, pop them on Facebook, put them everywhere, right? And I still consider myself, believe it or not, to be kind of introverted, right? As much of a sales guy as I am, as much of I like coming on here and I like the attention and whatnot now, I've shifted a little bit away from the introverted side. But I mean, at the end of the day, there's still that bit of me inside. Yeah, JC, man, it's endless opportunity between the two of us, man, endless opportunity. But yeah, doing social experiments, going up to strangers and just whatever the hell a social experiment may be. That's something I'm going to be diving into. So, if you're new to me on Facebook, go comment on the post I put up a couple hours ago, looking for ideas and recommendations, because there is no limit on the scope of ideas as far as social experiments goes and what I want to do, filming them and putting them out there. It could be sales related, it can be behavior related, it can be societal norms, it can be funny shit, it can be pranks, it can be like I don't care. I'm very in tune with that right now, and they want to make that happen. What does Renata say there? I think Shawn and JC need to do a joint stream event. That'll be insane and powerful. Yeah, guys, me and JC, I will say this for JC, okay? And I won't say this for anybody. Karaoke, why not, man? Why not? Honestly, and go comment that on that damn post, because I'm going to use that post as like a notepad, like an ongoing notepad, so that I don't forget these ideas that people come up with. Because you come up with whatever, I'll do it. But yeah, as far as JC goes, and as far as Periscope goes, and as far as personal brands go, I'm somebody that, because of the timing of the way that I kicked it off on Periscope, I was able to network with some pretty badass people. I was able to really kind of see and get a sense for almost everybody that was trying to make a personal brand via Periscope, via live streaming, etc. And there's I'm not going to name names or call anybody out or anything like that. I'll keep it simple. I'll keep it peaceful. But as time has gone on, the new Shawn John, I love it. As time has gone on, my opinions have shifted and changed on some people based on seeing the content that they put out, the mindset. Like, there's just a lot of fakeness, I find, because as powerful as live streaming is, as powerful social media is for building a brand, it also makes it incredibly easy for people with less than good and sincere intentions to kind of take advantage of people, right? And for JC, one of the reasons why I have stayed in JC's corner from day one and made it visible, I will not hold anything back when it comes to JC, is the fact that I see sincerity in who he is and what he does and how he goes about himself. He's somebody that, within the past 2 years that I've been watching him, actually seeing him go to, juvenile facilities and reach out to kids in need, and watching him stand on street corners and do things for people, and just seeing him being a real, actual authentic person is just, it's rare. It is rare that you see that, and he's somebody that I would vouch for 100%. 100%. Somebody else that I love on here, on social media, one of the other few people that I will vouch 100% for is Shawn Thomas, who is, different altogether from JC. But Shawn Thomas is somebody that, again, is just real and authentic. love him or hate him based on maybe how he presents himself or what he puts out there, but he is somebody that I will vouch for 100%, and there are not many of those people on social media in the live streaming world that I will do that for. JC is amongst the very few of that list that I will publicly go out and endorse and say yes. Yes, JC is on the right path. Yes, Shawn Thomas is one hell of a cool dude. Being able to meet both of these people in person, just to further back that up. Yes, Ask Your Millionaire Shawn Thomas is a cool dude, authentic, is what it is. All right, what the hell were we talking about? Yeah, but social experiments, guys. I am down for that 100%. So drop some ideas in that post for me. I want to hear them. Again, you can have it be sales related. I thought one idea would be to put me on some, I don't know, go city to city kind of, right? So go into a city and come up with the most obscure, out of place, like unnecessary product, item, whatever, and like try to sell it. You know what I mean? Like just this like something that would make absolutely no sense for me to be trying to sell at that specific spot in that area, whether it's because of the city, whether it's because of like the climate, whether it's because of like whatever, right? Just coming up with like the most bizarre random items to try to sell to people, and and do all that. Can we do a side by side stream? If the technology exists, which I'm sure it probably does, absolutely. So yeah, something like that. And then also, believe it or not, I'm a pretty funny dude. I grew up. I was a kid that grew up loving Tom Green and things like that. So even like some of those off the wall types of social experiments, I'm not against doing. But as long as there's a reason for it, JC, actually, I'm almost positive that there is. Hemorrhoid cream at a coffee shop. Something like that, Shawn. Something like that. Like hemorrhoid cream at a coffee shop. Something just so freaking bizarre and outlandish. A, so that I can show off my sales skills. And then B, just to get the reaction from people. I spent some time this weekend watching and kind of studying some people that have done a lot of these social experiment type of things on YouTube. And it was funny to start, but it was also kind of good and heartwarming to see just like people getting out of comfort zones. You know, society is so hell-bent now on like everything being like in a straight line. Everybody is just like me, like paying no attention to anything going around them, and it's just unacceptable to just like approach somebody and ask for a hug, or just approach somebody and just compliment them and say something nice to them, right? And it was very uplifting for me to see that people, just to see people that you could tell as they were going about their business, very just like face forward, you know, looking at their phone, whatever, right? It was funny and also heartwarming to see them put the barrier down, even just for that split second, and to just kind of become a person again, because I feel like we're just not people anymore, right? We're just all robots, looking out for ourselves, looking like straightforward. And guys in sales and whatnot, you know, when it comes to putting yourself ahead and beating the market and smashing the competition, of course you got to think about yourself. Of course you got to put yourself first. You know, that's the world, and I'm never going to preach, you know, to not do that and to not, you know, be your absolute best and to like absolutely, you know, go for it. But realizing that you're also still people, right? Disrupt everyone, change everything. Yeah, JC, I think that's kind of where I want to take it. Like literally, there's no that's why I say I'm open to anything, even if it's aside from sales and business and whatnot, because it's just more of the message, the general message of like just disrupting, but for a positive outcome. Doing good things for good people. You know, it doesn't have to be social experiments all the time, but just going around and doing good deeds sometimes. You know, there's so much to it. There's so much to it. That's that. All right, I'm going to do a quick rewind here and do a quick recap. As you can see, I am comfy cozy in bed. The whole point of this broadcast initially tonight was to have a Sunday night version of my Beast Mode Accountability broadcast that I do exclusively here on Facebook, which was to talk about, getting your mind right for the week ahead, going to bed with positive thoughts, positive vibes, thinking about your goals, thinking about, the law of attraction and just, having the last things going through your mind at night, coming up, gearing up for a big week, thinking about your victories, thinking about your wins, thinking about your strategy, thinking about your game plans, right? Just getting your mind filled with positivity so that when you wake up in the morning, you're ready to roll, right? Something I love talking about is, it's not about what keeps you up at night, to me anyway, but it's about what gets your ass up in the morning, right? Man, to me personally, what tends to keep me up at night and the way I tend to operate, guys, is that, hey, if this happens to me, I can only assume it happens to a shit ton of people out there as well, right? If it's keeping me up at night, normally it's negative. If it's keeping me up at night, normally it's worries, it's fears, it's just all of that negative garbage, right? That's keeping me up at night. But if it's going to get me up in the morning, it's gonna be something that's like, yes, I can't freaking wait. Who springs out of bed like ready to vacuum, like ready to freaking roll, sing songs and like do a little dance? Who wakes up like that when they're waking up like with all these worries, doubts, negativity, and like everything else, right? Nobody. That's when you're gonna be dragging ass, right? So my whole concept, guys, is that if you want to wake up feeling happy, if you want to wake up positive, if you want to wake up feeling those good vibes, get that negative shit out at night, right? Just don't focus on that. Do not focus on that, because if you focus on the negative when you're going to bed at night, A, it's going to keep you up, right? B, you're going to wake up with it. So focus on your victories. Focus on your goals. Focus on, if you're struggling, if you're in a bad spot. I know it's, maybe you can't necessarily, like see and envision the wins because of you've just been going through such a hard time. So just try to think of one thing, even if it's just one thing that you can hold on to that's gonna give you peace of mind at night. That's gonna have you. I wake up like Rocky. Hell yeah, man, you sound like me. Diane Libby, good to see you. Good to see you, Guy, popping in here. It's just finding that one thing. Maybe it's your kid, maybe it's your wife. If you don't have a wife, if you don't have a girlfriend, if you don't have kids, maybe, just maybe, look at this. Hey man, I got a little Riddick here. Riddick, can you say what's up, dude? Can you say what's up, man? Where's he at? And I'm back. Where is he? Riddick, say what's up, man. Say what's up, dude. Maybe it's just your damn cat, right? But finding that one thing to be positive about, finding that one positive thought to hold on to when you go to bed, because when you wake up in the morning, it's going to make a big difference. Now, on the flip side, guys, trust me, when you're winning, right, when you are seriously winning, when things start going your way and you got these big aspirations and goals and you're just kicking ass, trust me, while I say it's the negative that keeps you up at night, if you can get yourself to where you're waking up with a positive mindset, that, I promise you, that alone, just waking up with a positive mindset, will trigger a chain of events in your life. It may not happen for you instantly, but I promise you, it will click eventually. It will click. Just waking up with a positive go-to, can-do attitude mindset, right? That will, I promise you, will trigger a series of events in your life where you start setting things in motion that will position yourself to start winning, okay? When you do start winning, all right, trust me, you will start having positive things keep you up at night. You will start being going to bed like a kid waiting for Christmas in the morning. I promise you that will happen. So don't take it to be negative or gloomy when I say it's typically the negative things that keep you up at night, because trust me, once you start winning, guys, gals out there, you will have a hard time falling asleep some nights. Just like now, I got all wired up. JC had to get me all wired up tonight. Now I'm all wired up. I'm gonna have a hard time going to bed tonight, but for a good thing, and the positivity that comes from that, the endorphins and everything going on in my mind, it's going to make waking up so much easier. It's going to make that 4 a.m. alarm not even be a necessity, because I will promise you I will springboard out. And if you doubt me on that, guys, just watch, man. Tune in. I'll be going live on Facebook at 4:30 in the damn morning tomorrow. I'll be going on live Facebook 4:30 in the morning doing Beast Mode Accountability. My vision keeps me up all night and wakes me up early in the morning. Egg freaking exactly. You'll be so excited when you go to bed. You'll feel your heart pumping. Seriously, guys, seriously, winning is a great thing, but it starts It starts up here. It starts in here. And that was the whole point of this broadcast tonight, guys, was that if you want to set that chain of events off, you got to wake up with a positive mindset, with a go-to, can-do attitude, all right? And you're going to have a hard time doing that, going to bed with negative thoughts. So do what you can. Do what you can to get it done, guys. And feel free. I always, in every broadcast, will throw this out there, guys. Never hesitate to reach out to me, all right? I do put myself out there as a sales coach. So, yeah, I do charge for sales coaching and things like that, right? But when it comes to just like needing a kick in the ass, when it comes to just needing somebody to talk to, somebody to just listen to you for a bit, or maybe just like point you in a direction, guys, I will always offer myself for free. That is something I will never, ever charge for. So don't hesitate to reach out to me ever. I'm here on Facebook, guys. If you know me well enough, you get my cell phone. If you look hard enough, it's not hard to find my cell phone. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm all over the map. I'm not a hard guy to get in touch with, all right? So never hesitate to reach out to me, guys. I am always here. You know, it's the one true passion that I have that kind of keeps me going, guys, is the fact that I want to make an impact. I want to spark changes in as many people as I possibly can. That, at the end of the day, will always be what pushes me forward. Sometimes that holds me back, even, honestly, guys, because I find myself doing things for people that others would charge for, you know. And some people could say, hey, man, you're holding yourself back. But to me, I'm not really holding myself back, because that's honestly the reason why I even spend time coming on Facebook and Periscope and things like that. It's never monetary for me. It is strictly to spark a change, guys. Diane, that is my wife's grandmother. My wife Kylie, that is her grandmother, and she is an absolute angel and a positive presence in our lives. If you go to bed with a negative mindset, you certainly don't show that to others. You are nothing but positive since the day I met you. Well, I appreciate that, Diane. I appreciate that. You know, I do try to be positive, but trust me, guys. Trust me. What you see anybody put out, you know, everything that goes out is put together. It's put together, right? Now, I try to be as authentic as I can be. I'll come on here and I'll do just a random long-ass broadcast like this one tonight, right? And I've tried to be as transparent as possible. But trust me, guys, man, you know, even if you see me every damn day, you know, smiling and just fired up, trust me, guys, I have my moments. I have more difficult moments than maybe most. You know, it's a different weight that I probably feel because of the way that I'm wired up here than others, that causes some of my down moments. But trust me, guys, nobody is positive and upbeat 24/7. There's a reason why I can touch on topics like this, guys, because I go through them, right? I've been through them. Now I'm in a much better spot now than years past. I'm a guy. Guys and gals out there, man. I'm somebody that went through within the past 10 years. I've been through a pretty tough divorce. I went through bankruptcy. I went through some very, very dark, depressed, just really shitty times. I was capable of more, but I was keeping myself in this depression and this funk for years, you know, and I would go to bed negative and I would wake up negative. You know, I used alcohol to levels that I shouldn't have. I just, you know, I've been through dark places in life, right? And most of us have, guys, and anybody that tells you they haven't is lying to you, and they're full of shit, because we all have our demons. We all have been through shit in this life, right? And, you know, and we all have our moments. So you just gotta keep rolling with it. Well, there was a negative. You didn't have to tell people I'm your wife's grandmother. Yes, you are my wife's grandmother, but you are my wife's beautiful and incredibly young, gorgeous grandmother, Diane. So don't think of that as a negative, because that is an extreme positive. Laying down some flooring, watching this live feed, multitasking, absolutely. I tell you what, guys, you can tell I wasn't planning on doing this because normally I would have like a selfie stick or something. My arm is about ready to freaking cave. This is hard work, guys. Anybody that doesn't do this live streaming, I'm gonna get like this like massive just shoulder built up tonight. This is like a shoulder workout. Holding this damn this damn iPhone 6 Plus, man, weighing me down. But we're doing it, man. We're doing it. You got it, Shawn, man. You got it, Shawn, man. And again, guys, you see my brother there, Shawn Feeney. I don't believe in yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say pray because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings with religion and stuff. But I believe in earning shit. I believe that I don't believe in luck. Luck is the word I'm looking for. But Shawn's got a big day tomorrow, guys. Shawn's got a big day, and I'm pulling for him. I'm pulling for him because he has the opportunity tomorrow to lock down some serious business, which will be a big shift for him. So I'm pulling for you, Shawn. I know you got a big day tomorrow. So hopefully this helped you, and if it didn't help anybody else, I don't care, because guess what, guys? Here's another fun tidbit to live streaming. And JC, if you don't admit to this too, I promise you're full of shit, but I know you will. Guys, live streaming, as much as I do love coming on here and maybe inspiring somebody, even if it's just one person, right? Guys, this is like therapy for me. It truly is. Every single live streaming session that I do, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Periscope, Instagram, whatever, right? Guys, trust me, it is absolute gold to me personally too. It's selfish. It's selfish in a way when I come on here and live stream, because as passionate as I am about sparking a change in people, guys, trust me. Trust me, it is like a therapy session. It is like free. It's like I don't even got to pay to go to a psychologist, because like it's just free therapy for me. Just being able to get your thoughts and your voices and your whatever out to the world is just it's incredibly powerful. And it's what makes more powerful is when people actually stop and listen, and when you have somebody tell you that you sparked a change and that you helped them. It's huge. It's huge. But I think I'm winding down, man. I think I'm running out unless somebody can get me on a roll. When I see lots of people, lots of hearts and likes on the screen, it tells me I'm doing a good job. Exactly, man, exactly. And that's why I loved Periscope so much when it was freaking booming. And to be honest, I teetered around with the idea of doing, the majority of my broadcasts on Periscope as opposed to Facebook. But I've been sticking with Facebook. Even though Periscope is where I got my start and really kind of grew my following, and I use that to grow my my Instagram and whatnot. And Instagram is a platform I haven't messed around with too much either, and I'm kind of surprised. I've got a Periscope following, or Instagram rather. I've got an Instagram following of, I don't know, 46 or 47,000. Not to brag, maybe just a little bit. So you think I'd like go all out on Instagram Live? I just really haven't, because it's just hasn't. I've done a couple Instagram Lives on there. It just doesn't have the same feel to me. I don't know. It just doesn't have the same feel. And I don't like that the broadcasts don't save. You can't title them. I don't know. It's just, we'll see. You have given me the wow moments many times. Well, I appreciate that, Shawn. I appreciate that, man. It is weird, John. It is weird. But I've got faith in Instagram that it will come around. Actually, what would be really cool, JC? And since Instagram is owned by Facebook, I hope that they make this happen. Similar to how Twitter and Periscope are linked up, right? So if you go live on Twitter, it goes over to Periscope and vice versa. If they ever integrate Instagram Live with Facebook, so that when you go live on Instagram, it goes live to Facebook. And the two are kind of, happening at the same time. So if somebody over Facebook can comment, it'll kick over to Instagram and vice versa. If they do that, that Instagram Live will be a freaking goldmine for me. Yeah, and I kind of sense it coming, because it seems to make sense. It seems to make sense to link the two up, because it's just natural that it's the same damn company that owns both, and one will feed the other type of thing. But maybe they don't do that. The Instagram Live, but it would be huge. It'd be huge for me. So selfishly, I want them to do that. Instagram Live, it's the only real live platform out there amongst the giants that it doesn't save. and it's kind of like Snapchat, right? It's kind of like the Snapchat, the original Snapchat of live streaming, where it's like the disappearing live broadcast. Like Snapchat was the disappearing post engagement, right? So it kind of has that going for it as far as the uniqueness goes. I just don't think it's a formula that works for me. And if it doesn't work for me, it's probably not working for other people either. All right, so Insta Live reminds me of Periscope, but weak as fuck. Yeah, I agree. All right, guys, I'm going to cut it here in a minute or two unless somebody can fire off a question that gets me on another roll, because I am getting ready to call it a night. I'm getting ready to call it a night and get geared up for tomorrow. But I'll give it another 30 seconds or a minute or so if somebody wants to fire off any question. I don't care what it is, business, sales, personal, whatever, anything. Otherwise, I'm going to pull it, call it a night, and say I love you guys and all that. But someone fire his ass up. Yeah, you fire my ass up. I've done it on Periscope before when I said I was going to go, and then you fire my ass up, and another 30 minutes goes by. What was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say thank you, JC, for inviting your crew tonight, because that was definitely fun. It made this broadcast go where it went, so I appreciate that. Why do I sleep? Well, A, my body needs it. B, you got to get energized, man. You got to get energized, and trust me, guys, I go through periods where I don't sleep much, but as a whole, you know, you want to work smarter as much as you possibly can. You want to work smarter as much as you possibly can, because, you know, pulling those days, guys, over the summer when I was recording my first sales course, that was hard work, and I had some intricate challenges that forced me to have to honestly start recording at like 2 or 3 a.m. Do my recording from like 2 a.m. to like 9 a.m. type of thing for me to get it done. And those were times where I would be getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning and going to bed at like 11 and getting like 3 hours of sleep a night. And, you know, here's the thing. You can't, at least I can't, you can't maintain that lifestyle and be a normal person, a functioning person at a successful level for too long. I can do those periods in sprints. It's you know, entrepreneurship, business, sales, whatever it is, right? It's whatever you're on, right? It's a marathon and a sprint. That's the way I define it. It's a marathon and a sprint. It's a marathon because it's the long game, but it's a sprint because you have to know when you have to sprint. And I will do those sprints from time to time, but it is a marathon, so you got to play wise. What did JC say? If someone is interested in buying but not inking the deal, is it safe to say they don't see the value? It really depends. It really depends on the individual. They don't see the value. It may not be that they don't see the value. Some people are truly just gun shy. You know, it really depends on the individual, and what you will learn as you get deeper into sales is that you can't. Think of sales as like a snowstorm in a poetic way, in that a snowstorm is full of all the snowflakes coming down, right? And you all heard about snowflakes, right? There is no identical snowflakes. No two snowflakes are identical, right? You can't treat your customers like identical snowflakes. You got to treat sales like a snowstorm, in that. All right, I'm back. Sorry, wifey was calling me. What was I saying? Oh, the snowstorm. Yes, the snowstorm. So, yes, so treat sales like a snowstorm, okay? Where, guys, you got endless prospects out there, okay? But none of them are wired identically. You're gonna see some that are similar, right? You're gonna have groups of snowflakes that kind of sort of look like they're the same, until you dive a little bit deeper and find out, oh, you know, they're all individual. Every sales interaction you have is going to be unique, and you need to treat it that way. What did I miss here? Hustle. Sorry, guys, I'm scrolling back through the comments. Somebody asked a question. I think Daniel might have. Yes, Daniel. How do you balance family and building when you're going beast mode in your business? It's not easy. It's not easy. Shawn, if you're heading out, have a good night, brother. It's not easy, but it's just making that commitment. It comes down to prioritizing. Greg Walker, big dreamer in the house. Welcome, brother. Man, people like Greg Walker keep coming in the room. This is going to end up being a 2-hour freaking broadcast, man. But it's all good, baby. It is all freaking good because I'm here for you guys. And being smart, I came up here charging my phone up to 100%, so we can go forever. Work, balance, life, family, all of that, right? It comes down to prioritizing, and this is something, guys, that I had to kind of go through myself, right? And that I had to own up at a point. What's going on, man? Guys, if you're not following my man Greg Walker there, the big dreamer, he is another one of those select few. Greg, I was talking earlier about Facebook, or social media rather, and live streaming and personal branding, and how it makes it incredibly easy for a lot of people to kind of come on and be fake and take advantage of people and whatnot, and that there are a select few individuals on social media that I will vouch for 100%. JC being one of them, Shawn Thomas being another one. Greg Walker, guys, is another one of those individuals that I can put in that category of people that I will proudly, publicly vouch for 100% as far as being authentic, genuine, real, true, caring, and just absolute badass all around. So Greg Walker, if you guys are not following him, give him a follow. But yes, it comes down to commitment and prioritizing. Case in point, right? This summer when I was really going all in on building my personal brand, I was recording my sales courses. I was doing other things, just too much, right? I had a plate that was overflowing, and I found myself again doing that 2 a.m. wake up, 11 p.m. bedtime, and 99% of that time was spent me and my business and putting things together, and next to none of it with my family. I say next to none, I mean I did spend time, but not to the level that I should have, and you'll see guys like Gary Vaynerchuk kind of say, hey, you know what, you got to go for it, you got to go for it, and I agree with the Gary V mindset, but I also have a family and I have 3 kiddos, and I did hit a point where I kind of had to slow down. And you may, if you've been following me on social media, you probably saw me take a back seat for a little while, because I did really kind of take a major step back, a huge, ginormous step back, which was triggered by my youngest son having a seizure, and just having that moment of what if, right? Having that moment of, we didn't really know what was happening. We really didn't know, that time frame where you don't know what the prognosis is, what the diagnosis is, like what's going on. Without worrying anybody that doesn't know, everything turned out fine. Everything turned out fine. But in that moment of not knowing, what's going on, Carol? Good to see you. What's going on? I'm going to try to pronounce your name properly. Leilani? I'm reading it quickly. So everything turned out fine, but in that moment of feeling like, what if something were to happen right now to my little boy who I love so dearly, that I wouldn't be able to go back and regain that time, that time that I could have spent, right? Again, I don't want to get gloomy on it, but that caused a massive, I just saw the broadcast cut out a bit. I just saw like 100 hearts and likes pop up at once, so that typically is a sign that there's a hiccup in the connection. But yeah, it was in that moment of wondering, what if something happens now and I will forever regret not spending more time with my son, right? Again, everything turned out fine, but that triggered a chain of events for me to kind of reassess and readjust the balance. And I definitely at that time took a major step back from social media, from branding, from my business, from everything. I just took a major step back, and now I've readjusted, and that means sometimes you got to slow things down a little bit. A lot of people that follow me, a lot of people that are into this social media game, that are into, bettering themselves and building a business and entrepreneurship and whatever it is that you want to call it, right? Man, a lot of them have the luxury of being single, no kiddos, maybe they got a girlfriend, maybe they got a wife, right? But they don't have that kid factor, right? So to those people, man, go. You guys got no damn excuse, man. Go. 800,000 miles an hour all day, every day. Bust your ass. You got no excuse not to freaking be going a million miles a minute every single freaking day, right? Those of us with kiddos, man, could I neglect? Yeah, of course. Did I neglect for a time frame? I did. But I just won't ever do that again. So you just got to balance it. You got to balance it. I rearrange things, and that means that some of my growth gets slowed up, but I'd rather have my growth slowed up and focus on the long game and my family and keeping that in order as well. So it's not easy. You gotta have a spouse or a significant other that supports you, which my wife Kylie does 100% support me, and she will pick up slack that I may leave behind without griping or giving me shit for it. Every now and then, just a little bit, but for the most part, 99.9% of the time, she's 100% understanding of the fact that she's there for me, and I appreciate and respect that 1,000% because I am in a position now where she is somebody that makes it so that I can do what I do, because I wouldn't be able to do it without her. So having somebody like that in your corner as well is a big plus. But there's going to be folks out there that maybe you got 5 kids and maybe you're a single mom or a single dad and you don't have that other person to help in areas of your life that I have that luxury of having. So maybe I've got it easier than most in that regard. But at the end of the day, you just gotta make it happen. One of the maybe most cliche statements out there, but I'll say it 1,000 times because it's true. Is that if you want it badly enough, there are no excuses. There are no excuses. If you want it badly enough, there are no excuses. There's nothing that will hold you back if you want it badly enough. Some people hear me say that and they'll challenge me on it. And I don't care. It is what it is. Regardless, somebody else that I will vouch for on social media. I appreciate it, JC. I appreciate it, man. I'm still going. Like Shawn Feeney said, wow, I'm going on an hour and 15 minutes. I'm going to be freaking jacked. The shoulder's going to be jacked right up. What's up, Limitless in the house, baby? Limitless in the house. Somebody else that I will vouch for, who I haven't really seen much on social media. He was huge on Periscope back in the day. And I'm still connected with him here on Facebook. But I got to reach out to this man because I haven't spoke to him in a while. And maybe JC knows what I'm talking about when it comes to having excuses. Nah, Shawn, don't worry about it, man. And having excuses when it comes to family life, all right? And that is Mr. Fabian Brown. Fabian Brown is another one of those individuals that I will vouch for 100% publicly as just being authentic and real and genuine. And this is somebody who coined the hashtag 10 kids no problem, I believe it was. 10 kids no problem. Fabian has 10 kids. 10 kids, 10 kids, 10 kids. And he is an entrepreneur. He has I haven't seen Fabian much. I feel like JC, man, I feel like I saw a post from him on Facebook the other day. I just haven't seen. I was just so, dude. I'm just like so stuck when I think of Fabian of like 2 years ago on Periscope, seeing him go around. He got me into a gig in New Jersey. Awesome. Yeah, I gotta reach out to Fabian. But yeah, Fabian's guy, man, he's got 10 kids and he hustles harder than anybody else I know, man. He is just an absolute beast. And again, Fabian could be somebody that could hear me say something like, "Hey, man, if you want it." I did see he cut his hair. I did see that. I think that might have been one of the posts that I remember seeing recently of his. But perfect example is Fabian Brown, guys. He's a guy that could hear me say, "Hey, Fabian, you know what? He could be somebody wanting to start a business, wanting to do something, and but saying, I got 10 kids. There's no way in hell I'm ever going to make this work. It's just not going to happen." He could easily throw that out, and he could be somebody that would take offense because people take offense when I come on here and say things like, if you want it badly enough, just do it, right? And people come up with excuses as to why they can't better themselves or put themselves in a position where they're taking their lives to another level, right? Why they're not, getting up earlier at night or getting up early in the morning to start building and putting a foundation together, or staying up later at night, whatever it may be, right? People get offended and they come up with all the reasons and the excuses, and I get it. But, anytime I'm hearing excuses and reasons as to why somebody can't, whiners, well, I mean, you want to call it what it is, right? But when I hear the excuses and the reasons as to why somebody can't, all that says to me is that their why isn't big enough. Because if they wanted it badly enough, there would be no excuse. Fabian Brown, perfect example, because he's somebody that could easily sit back and just say, hey, 10 kids, I ain't got time for this, I can't do this. And yet he hustles harder than anybody I know. Participation trophies will do that to an individual. Yes, absolutely it will, JC. You got that right, man. You got that right. You got that right, man. Holy shit, guys. How long have I been going? An hour and 15 minutes? I might have to do this every Sunday night, man. I might have to do this every Sunday night. Dude, guys, my weekdays are jam freaking packed. I am up at 4 o'clock, and I typically, by the time I get home and settled with the family, it's typically 7:30, 8 o'clock, right? And man, oh man, oh man. So these long scopes broadcasts, they don't have much, man, because I am going, and typically that 7 or 8 o'clock, I got other shit I got to be doing too, let alone making that genuine time with my family as well, guys. So, man, Sunday nights are a good night to get these long ones in because the kiddos are in bed, wifey's on her way home, and man, I'm chilling. I am just chilling with Mr. Limitless and everybody else that's been popping in and out of here. Shawn Feeney, been in and out of here. My brother Shawn. Daniel's been here the whole night. Daniel, Joseph, Maldonado, Leilana, I'm gonna have to talk to you after because I want to make sure I get your name right. Greg Walker, Carol Dyson. Who else we got here? Kylie, I saw my wife pop in. Amir, Craig. Everybody, man. Everybody. But I think I am going to call it unless somebody can get me rolling on something else. Guys, I'll throw 1,000 unless it's out there. I will throw 1,000 unless it's out there. But I do need this. I do need this magic. I hear Riddick over there chilling, guys. That was my cat, Riddick, I showed you earlier. But if anybody's still watching this, I'll challenge you with this, guys, right? I'll challenge you with this. If anybody is still watching this, well, I know people are because I can see some people in here, but if anybody's watching this and actually listening and taking it in, here's a challenge I'll give you, right? Here's a challenge I'll give you. I almost want to do this on a separate broadcast because nobody will watch this to really get it. You got to get back to scheme for tomorrow. Yeah, man, but I'm going to pull it after this. Everybody that's left here, I challenge you to find your voice, right? Find your voice. You know, to me, this is so natural and so easy coming on. Was I planning on going an hour? Tiffany, good to see you. Look, JC, he drinks water. I do drink water. I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, no, this is easy for me, guys. You know, coming on here, planning on doing a 5-minute broadcast, turning it into an hour and 20, hour 30, however long this is. I'm a grandmother of 5, so believe me, I understand exactly, Carol, exactly. Your why is bigger. Your why is bigger than your excuses, right? This is natural for me, right? But it's something that I had to build to. I had to dig deep and find my voice so that I could have this comfort of like just putting my. Yeah, I'll say this. Yes, I drink water. That's water is my nighttime thing. Water is what water is. Awesome. I appreciate it, Stephanie. Good. I missed you earlier going through the comments, shouting out people that were here. Water is what I drink at night before I go to bed because that is like the one thing that I've noticed for me as to like really, aside from the positive mindset, of course, to really feeling better, waking up early in the morning is drinking water before I go to bed and throughout the night. So yes, water, but coffee, I go through a shit ton of coffee throughout the day. So don't get it twisted there. Coffee is for closers. Susan, thanks for popping back in. But coffee is for closers. I drink a shit ton of coffee and I drink a shit ton of tea. But yes, water does a body good and makes your mind, your body, water is just good all around. But again, guys, if there's one thing I challenge you, anybody that's still in here, anybody that just popped back in, it's to find your voice. Find your voice, and share it with the world, guys. We are at a day and age now with social media and live streaming where, you know, there's a lot of noise out there. And what's needed more right now in this market, the social media market, is real, genuine. Kathy Flynn's in the house. That's my mom. Much love, Mom. Is real, genuine, true, authentic people sharing positivity, not negativity, but positivity. Find your voice and share it. Find your voice and you know, just make it a point to try to impact somebody, one person. I've been blessed with the ability to grow the following that I've grown on social media, where I've been able to reach more people than I would have ever thought possible. If you would have asked me 5 years ago, hell, man, even 3 years ago, even 2.5 years ago, right before I started really getting on social media, right? If I would have been able to impact the number of people that I have, and I would have been like, no, man, I don't think so, right? I'm somebody that grew up wanting to make a change. I mean, hell, I went to college. I graduated Stonehill College with my bachelor's degree in criminal justice because in high school, I was a kid that, I wanted to become a police officer. Why? Because I wanted to help people. I wanted to be able to be somebody that worked with people on a day-to-day basis and make a change, right? So I always had that wired within me, but did I ever think that the social media would have happened to me like it did? No, guys, and I'm still, trust me, I am, like, for me, I'm like just scraping the tip of the iceberg of what I want to do on social media. But even with saying that, I've seen and it's incredibly powerful. Just like you see right here, Susan Day reaching out to JC saying, JC saved me, JC sparked something in me, right? Having somebody reach back out to you and say, hey, man, I appreciate what you did. I appreciate, oh, no, trust me, JC, we are not even started. And the differentiation, if that's a word, I'm going to make it a word tonight, which is what I'm trying to get on here. And guys, sometimes I can get long-winded with my words, so I apologize for that. Sometimes what I'm trying to get at here is that finding your voice, right, and sparking a change because it's needed. It's needed. And as live streaming, as it continues to expand and evolve again, it's incredibly easy for anybody to get on here. And there's a lot of noise, like a lot of noise. But I can trust me when I say this, guys. Those that will end up ahead long term with social media, with live streaming. It's new right now, or new-ish right now. It's not new to me and JC, but it's relatively new to Facebook, right? It's new-ish right now, and it's easy for people to kind of just be part of the noise and whatnot, and just in the early days to kind of pull the wool over people's eyes. But the true authenticity and genuine-hearted people, not to put myself on a pedestal, guys. I don't want to be doing that right now. But I will say that I promise you, I am as true as it gets. I am as genuine as it gets. I don't claim to be anything I'm not. No, I'm not a millionaire. So if you want to follow me, if you think I'm a millionaire, I'm not a millionaire. I am just a guy that loves sales to the core, and I love people and helping people and networking and reaching out and taking people to the next level. All right, that's who I am. That's what I'm all about. I want to spark a change in as many people as I possibly freaking can. Right, that's what I'm all about. And I am a firm believer that the authenticity factor is what will win long term with social media, with live streaming, with all of this, and it needs more people that are coming from a genuine spot, from a genuine place inside, and from a powerful mindset up here. So again, if I challenge you guys to do anything, it's to find your voice and to make it a point and to make it a habit to do something good every day, to try to reach as many people as you possibly can, because that's what it's all about, guys. Daniel, I saw you say something. I'm glad I'm in here. JC pushed me to tell my story, and feels good to know I'm surrounded by good people impacting the world. I'm honored to be in great company. Exactly. That's what it's all about, guys. That's what it's all about. And if there's anything that I'll challenge you is that, social media is a great place to start. Live streaming is a great place to find your voice. Trust me on that. I wouldn't be where I'm at now doing what I'm doing now, guys, were it not for live streaming. As far as my professional career goes in the sales world, guys, I can say this 100% because of live streaming, because of Periscope. I was able to, honestly, guys, level up myself massively and put myself in a position where I'm at now, to where I am doing things that I just, again, 2.5 years ago wouldn't have even been on my radar, strictly because I found my voice, and live streaming did that. But then it's taking it beyond live streaming, which is why I want to start doing the social experiments, and taking it more to the street, and there's so much to come, guys, and I don't even see the end of it yet, right? It's still forming in front of me. but I'm just so pumped and so amped to even be blessed with the opportunity to do this. John's been around me since my trading wheels days. I love that. I love that. Guerrilla marketing. Yeah. Love it. All right, guys, but I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it a night. My wifey is almost home, so I'm going to spend some quality time with her, and I will be tuning in tomorrow morning, guys. So, again, depending on where you are, I'm East Coast. You should be seeing me 4:30 a.m. over or here on Facebook Live. It'll be a lot quicker, I promise. It will be typically I try to hit like 4 or 5 minutes. I've been testing out different time zone or time slots for Beast Mode Accountability. I really don't know, man. I like you. No, JC, thank you, man. You helped make tonight an amazing broadcast, so I appreciate that. I've been testing out different time zones, right? I like the concept. The whole point of the Beast Mode Accountability, doing a live stream at 4:30 in the morning was because it's badass, right? That's Beast Mode Accountability, getting your ass up damn early in the morning, right? The only problem I have with the 4:30 a.m. part, I'm up. That's not a problem. The problem I have is the need again, and like I said earlier, talking about Periscope, going live in front of like 2 people, or sometimes, guys, and it's probably not hard for you to fathom, when I go live at 4:30 in the morning, I sit on a 0. I might have nobody in the damn room because it's 4:30 in the morning. So kind of teetering that side of it, whether I care. Initially, I said I didn't care if nobody was in the broadcast, and then I'm like, weighing the impact and the reach, doing a 4:30 a.m. broadcast out of principle, but not reaching people, and even on the replays, because if I have less people live, the reach on the replays isn't going to be as big either. Whether or not that means anything to me or not, I don't know. So we'll see. But my plan is to hit 4:30 a.m. tomorrow morning and kind of take it from there. The damn times are tough, man. They're tough. People are not, bro. And the time zones are jacked. I was doing 5:30. Yeah, I know, man. I know. And it's like, I knew you were doing 5:30. I'll be honest. You were part of the reason I did 4:30. I know you do 5:30. Cynthia, here's another person I will vouch for. Cynthia, I don't want to butcher her last name. I think it's Bazin if I'm pronouncing it properly. She is a rock star over on Periscope. I'm connected with her here on Facebook as well, and I think she does a 5:30 or 5 o'clock one as well. So I see all these people doing like the 5:30 broadcasts, and I'm like, all right, that's cool. Let me do 4:30. Let me kick it up a notch. Let me kind of. I see you at 5:30, and I'm gonna raise you a 4:30 more or less. Is kind of where my mind was at. And I still do like doing it. I don't know, guys. We'll see. I may end up just fucking... pardon my French, guys. I've actually cleaned it up a lot. My language here on social media used to... I don't know. It's late. Now I am starting to get tired. You see me? I see you 5:30. I'm going to raise you 4:30. But, yeah, we'll see. Lucky wife. Yeah, if you're talking about my lovely wife, Kylie, she is a... I'm the lucky one. I'm the lucky one. I don't want to say that. I'm the lucky one. I'm sure she'll tell you she's lucky to have me, but trust me, when I talk about my dark depression, I appreciate that, Stephanie. All right, Stephanie's going to be there at 4:30. I'll be there at 4:30. I'm Eastern time. I don't know where you are, Stephanie, but I am Eastern time. So if you're up then, I'll see you at 4:30. I will commit to you to do that, and then we'll take it from there. All right, guys, man, it's been real. Facebook, it's been real. JC, Stephanie, Susan, Carol, Daniel, Ajon, my wife, Kylie's grandmother. I think I saw my mom pop in. I think I even saw Kylie's mom pop in. Josh Briggs, I saw you pop in. Sean Feeney was in here. Greg Walker, the big dreamer. Everybody else that I forgot. I love you. Eastern time zone. All right, 4:30 a.m. I'm going to be there. Everybody else have an amazing night, guys. Remember, the whole point of this broadcast, what were we talking about? Going to bed with a positive mindset. Why? Because if you want to be springing out of bed in the morning, you got to be springing out of bed with positivity. And if you got negative thoughts in your head when you're going to bed at night, I promise you're going to be waking up with negativity. You're going to be having a hard time getting your ass up, and you're going to be kicking off that Monday in a rut. So go to bed with positive mindset. Go to bed with positive vibes. If you watch this, hopefully this helped you get there. If it didn't, that's cool, man. Find something to be happy about. Find something to be positive about. Get a pen, get a piece of paper. Write down one thing that you're grateful for. Write down one goal that you want to absolutely crush and dominate tomorrow, and go to bed thinking about those, all right? Everybody have an amazing night. I love you. Peace out.